Hi everyone, this is Paul Leason from Leason Real Estate. Today we're going to look at property taxes and how those are uncapped when a property transaction or sale is made. So this is something that homeowners and investors oftentimes miss, and they will base their payments on the current tax rate of a property. What they don't know is that when a property is sold, the city the city will uncap your taxes and potentially put them up to the maximum taxable value, which would be half of the purchase price of the property. In some instances, and this has happened to me in the past, is I've purchased a property pretty cheap at like 30,000. So typically the taxable value would be half of the purchase price, so at 15,000. However, the city came back in April and put the taxable value, I think, at say 40,000. So I questioned them on that, and the reason was they thought the value was actually higher than what I'd purchased the property for off market. There are ways of challenging the city, and that's for another tutorial, I guess. That's quite a lengthy process, but it has been done, and I've done it and been successful. That was back in the early years, 2009, 2010, when I was challenging the city on some of the property taxable values. So when you're purchasing a property, I guess if we can take a look at any particular property, and you have an assessed value and a taxable value. So if this property here was worth double the assessed value, and it's typically more than that right now. So if you double this value, so we're at 114, call it $120,000 for round numbers. If you were to buy that property now for 120,000, then the taxable value could go up to 60,000. So current taxable value is 31,545. So if we look at the tax information on this, your taxes this year were 1613, winter taxes 6323. So let's just plug in that 31,545 into a calculator here, and that's in the city of Grand Rapids. So I've got this stored property tax estimator, but if you just Google Grand Rapids property tax estimator, so in here we'll put this 31,545, and you see down here on the property information tab the PRE, which would be 0 because this is a rental property. So 31,545 we're going to put in here, and PRE we're going to put in 0 and then hit submit. So this number should come out to the tax number that we saw here, 1613, or somewhere close. So you've got 1613, 6370. So that confirms what we're seeing as the current tax payments for 2020. So if you were to purchase this property now and buy it for 120,000, and then the city uncapped it and set your new taxable value at 60,000, your property taxes have gone up to 3189. So we're 1613 here, and then if you add the winter taxes, what you're 1670, 1676 up to 3100. So almost doubled, because your taxable value was almost doubled. So a lot of people fall foul of this because they don't realize this when they're buying the property. They're not doing their calculations for monthly payment into escrow, or for profit and loss. If you're doing it as a rental property, they're not looking at that as an expense. They're looking at the $1,600 as your property taxes. So you're actually adding another $1,600 per year, which is over $100 a month, which is $100 a month less cash flow that you're going to be getting. So this is a great website to reference when buying a property. And always when you're doing your numbers, especially for an investment property, you must be using, or you should be using, your property taxes for next year. For this year, you would just you would have the current property taxes prorated typically, but for next year they will uncap it, and it can uncap to the full taxable value of 50% of the purchase price. So I hope that makes things a little clearer. You should be able to Google property tax estimator and then city name, and then you should be able to find your the estimator online. Otherwise, you can use your millage rate for the city, so you can look at the millage rate and calculate it from the millage rate multiplied by the taxable value of the property, which will give you your same number. So this is just a quick and easy way of doing it, and you can see the results are accurate. So hope that helps clear up a couple of questions on taxes and tax estimator. So if you have any questions, shoot them across to me, or give me a call, 616-717-1901. I hope this was useful. Thanks for watching.